Hi, this is Rose from Heart Finds YouTube, and I wanted to share with you today a fun little journal organizer that I just completed. It is birds and bees fall themed, and I just pictured using this journal when you're out in the beautiful fall weather, sitting in a park or the woods and writing down your thoughts or your bucket list for the fall. I wanted it to be an organic, primitive style. So I left raw edges. I used a front and back cover from an old journal, and it had unfinished raw edges on it, which I like that look a lot. So I left the top and the bottom unfinished. I did cover the sides since they will be getting a lot of wear, and I didn't want them to wear out. I made the spine out of some cardstock with lots of Fabri-Tac and strong tape, red tape to make sure it was last. And I covered it in some homemade washi tape that I had stamped to give a three-dimensional look. I slow stitched the cover. I'm not a very good slow stitcher, so it definitely has a primitive look. And inside, I use papers from RachandBellaCrafts on Etsy. They have this beautiful bee-themed digital kit, journal kit there that I printed off and used the pages. It has lots of tags, journal cards, and beautiful collage paper and other types of papers in it, which I really enjoyed. I printed off some of the collage paper in a canvas to cover the inside of my journal. Those little corner pockets come with the kit, and I used a few little die cuts in it. This cute little journal card came in a kit. This was a piece of paper I already had. This, I had some little bee charms and some bee fabric that I used throughout the book for some embellishments. This is a lovely bee tag that comes in the kit. And moving on to our next page. I wanted to have lots of journal space. There's two signatures. The first signature is for the purpose of journaling, and I wanted to have a little journal prompts, so I tried to add those here and there. And the first signature, this one says you are doing great. It has a hidden space, a hidden pocket space for writing here. Some more of the bee themed fabric that I had on the top that I sewed on. Some more of the sewing, I tried to use that throughout to add a little bit more texture. There's quite a few pages of hand-dyed paper. Some I did myself and some I purchased. This is a hand-dyed envelope with a die cut on it. And I love what it says. It says, a work of art, and yet no art of man can work this work these little creatures can. And a nice little place to add your treasures. On the next page, another little tuck space with homemade envelope and card. Or tag, sorry. And on to the next page, which has a old coloring page that you could paint or color. The next page has, well, both of these pages have some old sticker paper that has a nice texture on it. Embossed, I think. I didn't do it, but it came in a kit. And I thought that added a little interest to the page. And I added a paper bag and put little pockets with some, these were actually place cards that I used for a tea, but I thought they made nice little journaling cards to add to the pockets. And I added more of the bee charms to the binding ties. A page from a coloring book again. This is a little notebook that I stitched to jot notes. There's a few little pages in it. And I made it so that the front can tuck into this little flower. And the back then will be another hidden journaling space. I use this butterfly to make a little tuck space with a journaling card. And more sewing. Some bird ribbon with some old paper that I already had, and another little hidden journaling space. This was an old photo I took when I was on a garden tour. I love this old iron sign. It was in this beautiful old garden. It says, "Let no one say, and say to your shame, that all was beauty here until you came." And I love that, so I printed it off on paper to add here and made it into another little hidden journaling spot. Some more stitching, a little bookmark if you choose to use it that way, more journaling space, and the last page of the journal section of the book. And it says, "If you look just right, the whole world is a garden." And I left this space empty to write on or to add a picture of your favorite garden or some other memento. And on to the second part, the organizer part of the journal. This is a bee print that I printed off on some heavier cardstocks, so it'd make a nice little pocket. And I used some more bee fabric for the pocket and tuck space. And this came in a bundle I got, and it's a neat little vintage note card. And it's ready for the stamp. You can write a little note to a friend or family and put the stamp on. It's ready to go. And then the theme of this page was this little quote: "Sun shining on the rain and the rain falling on the sunshine." So I tried to make that effect with the little doily, paper doily for the sun, and this yarn for the rain. Then when you pull it out, you have a bookmark, and I'd used some stickles to try to make a rain effect inside too. And I used some black lace there for an accent, and an old staple that I had. I used more of the fabric for another tuck spot here. Another journaling card from the kit. These were some journaling cards I already had. And inside this little pocket is a notebook. Or notepad. And this says, "A honeycomb which is sweet to your taste." That's a page from the kit, just cut out of one of the pages. And then on the back, I put some more of the homemade sticker paper that I made, and I embellished it with some sari ribbon. And it just tucks right in this pocket, ready to go when you need to write a to-do list. And then I made some heavy-duty pockets on this side to put your art supplies, embellishments, postcards that you want to send, notes, whatever you want. And I embellished it with some more of the sticker paper that I designed. And this is an old page from a book that I bought at an old resale shop. And the book was out of copyright, so I did print this on paper so I could save the original page to use again. And I love this. I love old poems from these vintage books. This one says, "Ding dong, what has gone wrong? The trees look so silly and weary-o. Winter is long. Let's have a song. Cheer, cheer, cheerio, cheerio. When Mr. Frost comes, I've no cherries and plums, not even a worm for my dearie-o. But when we find Crumb, I sing and she hums. Cheer, cheer, cheerio, cheerio." Then you turn it over and it says, "Come wipe your eye, never say die. Eyes were not made to be teary-o. You can laugh if you try. There's a sweet by and by. Cheer, cheer, cheerio, cheerio." A fun little poem. And I made a pocket there where you can tuck some things and a place to put the real priorities. Then I just put a little tie on it so it will stay closed. This page has a butterfly tuck spot with a bookmark with some more of that bee fabric and a little flower embellishment. Of course, you know, when you're trying to get these things back in here, it always takes longer than when the camera's not on. And another beautiful journal card from the kit. And I added some lined paper on the back. A hidden paper clip that I made. Another little journaling pocket that I made, or a place to do a to-do list. It's got a spot on the back, and then inside is a card to write more, embellished with some more of the bee fabric. And it just tucks under this little paper clip. This is a paper bag that has been dyed. I purchased it. It wasn't one I did myself. And I love this old poem, or actually more of a thought. Men and women who are philosophers are those whose sensibilities have been burned out by the fires of a great experience, and whose wisdom is great enough to keep them from the desire to be burned again. I love the illustration with that. And inside I added this little life tag, as I thought it fit with it very appropriately. Put your own thoughts about life. And I love the just subtle writing on the aged look on this bag. And I used a embellished hairpin to attach it, and also made this pocket that's got some more envelopes from Rachel's kit inside. They just fit right in here, and there's lots of space in there to put whatever you wanted to save inside. And then to the last page of the organizer part, which is a vintage bee print. The back, again, covered with this canvas. The design is from Rachel's kit, the collage paper. And then another envelope from Rachel's kit. And I am putting a link below for this beautiful kit from RachandBellaCrafts on Etsy. And the back cover is more of the bee fabric, and I cut this bee from a paper plate. I thought she was just the right size for the back, and embellished it with some stickles, and had this flower that I also attached. And that's it. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.